Queen Elizabeth I was the Queen of England and Ireland from 1558 until her death in 1603. She was born on September 7, 1533, the daughter of King Henry VIII and his second wife. Elizabeth never married and was known as the Virgin Queen. Her refusal to marry was seen as a way to protect her power and independence, and her reign is often referred to as the Elizabethan era. She died on March 24, 1603, and is remembered as one of England's greatest monarchs. Queen Elizabeth I was known for her unique personality and quirks, which have become the subject of many legends and stories. Here are some of the weirdest things about her. She was said to have had a fierce temper. Elizabeth I was known for her fiery personality and was said to have had a quick temper. According to some reports, she would often fly into rages and throw things at her servants or courtiers. She had a pet monkey. Elizabeth I was known to be fond of animals, and she had a pet monkey named Pug who was said to have been her constant companion. She was also said to have had a collection of exotic animals, including a crocodile and a parrot. She was rumored to be a witch. Because of her unusual behavior and her refusal to marry, Elizabeth I was the subject of many rumors and accusations. Some people believed that she was a witch and that she used her powers to control her courtiers and enemies. She had a fascination with death. Elizabeth I was said to have been obsessed with death and would often wear black mourning clothes. She also had a collection of death masks and was known to have posed for her own death mask while she was still alive. She had a secret admirer. Despite her refusal to marry, Elizabeth I was rumored to have had a secret admirer, the Earl of Leicester. Some reports suggest that the two were deeply in love, but Elizabeth refused to marry him because she did not want to share her power. Queen Elizabeth I never married. She was known as the Virgin Queen because she remained unmarried throughout her life. This was highly unusual for a monarch at the time, as marriage was seen as a way to secure alliances and produce heirs to the throne. There were many reasons why Elizabeth chose not to marry. One of the main reasons was that she wanted to retain her power and independence as queen. She believed that if she married, she would be forced to share her power with her husband, and she was not willing to do that. Elizabeth was also known to be highly selective when it came to choosing a husband. She had several suitors over the years, including many powerful European monarchs, but she never found anyone who met her exacting standards. She was also reluctant to marry because of the political complications that it would entail. Despite her decision not to marry, Elizabeth was a highly successful monarch who presided over a period of stability and prosperity in England. Her reign, which lasted from 1558 to 1603, is often referred to as the Elizabethan era and is remembered as a time of great cultural and artistic achievement. While some of these stories may be exaggerated or apocryphal, they have helped to create a lasting image of Queen Elizabeth I as a complex and fascinating historical figure. Queen Elizabeth I was known for her distinctive style of makeup, which was popular during the Elizabethan era. She was said to have used a lead-based makeup called Venetian ceruse, which was a white powder made from a mixture of lead and vinegar. The lead-based makeup was used to achieve the desired pale complexion, which was fashionable at the time. The makeup was applied thickly to the face, neck, and chest, and was sometimes mixed with egg whites to create a paste that would stick to the skin. Queen Elizabeth I was also known for her use of red lipstick, which was made from a mixture of beeswax, red dye, and plant extracts. She was said to have applied the lipstick to just the center of her lips, creating a heart-shaped effect. While the use of lead-based makeup was common during the Elizabethan era, it was also known to be harmful to the skin, as lead can be absorbed into the body and cause health problems. It is believed that Queen Elizabeth I may have suffered from skin problems as a result of her use of Venetian ceruse. Queen Elizabeth I of England died on March 24, 1603, at the age of 69. The exact cause of her death is not known for certain, but there are several theories. Blood poisoning. It was widely believed at the time that Elizabeth I had contracted blood poisoning, which was a result of her constant use of lead-based makeup, and which may have weakened her immune system. Pneumonia. Another theory is that Elizabeth I may have died of pneumonia, which was a common cause of death at the time, especially for older people. Stroke. Some historians believe that Elizabeth I may have suffered a stroke, which would explain her sudden decline and loss of consciousness before her death. Cancer. There is some speculation that Elizabeth I may have had cancer, as she suffered from swollen lymph nodes and may have had a tumor in her breast. It is important to note that without modern medical technology, it is impossible to know for certain what caused Elizabeth I's death. Nonetheless, her reign as queen is considered one of the most successful in English history, and her legacy as the Virgin Queen continues to captivate historians and the public alike. There is no evidence to suggest that Queen Elizabeth I's makeup was directly responsible for her death. However, her use of lead-based makeup, known as Venetian ceruse, may have contributed to her declining health over time. Venetian ceruse was a highly toxic substance that was commonly used as a whitening agent in makeup during the Elizabethan era. The mixture of lead and vinegar was applied to the skin to create a pale complexion, which was fashionable at the time. However, the lead in the makeup could be absorbed into the body through the skin, leading to lead poisoning and other health problems.